We're about to do a third angle orthographic projection of a torch and a guide bracket. We're going to start with the torch. And so the first thing you do when you do instrumental drawing is align your page to the T-square. You can see that this line is already perfectly aligned to my T-square. The next thing we do when we do instrumental drawing is write your name in the title block. So here we go, I'm writing my name in the title block with capital graphics letters. Don't let me see you using anything other than capital graphics letters. Keep the kerning, that is the space between the lines, the letters, exquisitely even. Let's have a close-up look at this torch here, which we don't see very accurately here, but we do see a very good measured elevation here. Here we go, there's the button in there. That's what we want to do in third angle orthographic. Let's have a go. So, helpfully, we're given the starting blocks. So the first thing we want to do is produce guidelines through these starting blocks. The vertical ones and the horizontal ones, and this horizontal one and this vertical one should meet on the 45-degree line, which you can just barely see there. Remember that these are guidelines. Make sure that they are light as can be, so light you can barely see. That's important because you'll be wanting to rub these out eventually. So let's have a look. The first measurement that we're going to make is 53 plus 11. And that will be the full length of the front elevation that we're putting in here. So let's go here. First one was 53. So I'm starting at 53 and going back towards the 0 and marking the 0. And then shifting my set square across so that it's on the 11 and putting a mark next to the 0 again. Through each of those marks, I'm going to produce lines all the way up and all the way up. Now the height of our front elevation appears to be 40, but then we've got this little button here, which we're not sure how high that is. So let's put in the measurements for that. Firstly, 40. Put the 0 on the bottom line and a little mark on 40. And let's make the measurements for the torch button 2 plus 2 above the 40 as well. And through those lines, all the way across, all the way across, and all the way across. So we've got the crate now for our front elevation. Let's make, and half the crate for the plan and half the crate for the side elevation. Let's complete those with our last measurement, which is on the drawing 25. Depth line is 25, so starting at 30, I'll go up 10, 25. Let's make a mark on 55. Remember, it's all the way across, and when it hits that 45-degree line, all the way down. Which you didn't see that because I was on the wrong view. Up here, 25, all the way across, all the way down. And we've got the 3 crates for our elevations. Let's make some measurements for this, which are not given to us, or these ones here are given to us. So we'll do those. First, we're going 14 across from the right hand side of our front elevation. 14 plus 4, it looks like, plus an indeterminate amount. So we'll go back. So we've just done 14 and plus 4. We'll go back to that original 14 millimeter mark and then add 22. And coming back 4. That's not correct. We've just done 14 and 22, and I've just realized this 4 is for the middle in between there. So this is how we'll do that. I'll do the extreme ends of the button first, just to make things clear. So here we've got a gap of 14, here is a gap of 22. In the middle, we want a flat surface of 4. So what's half of 22? I hear you say 11. And so shift your ruler across, and what's half of 4? 2. So I'm using a big number and going 1, 2 across and 1, 2 across. 2 is 4, and that's that flat area on top. Before I go anywhere, I'm going to take those measurements all the way up. All the way up. Now we can do these sides. You'll notice that the set square is not on the T-square. So that we can produce these angled parts that are a non-standard angle. Now, the measurements we are not given is the gap between, or how wide the torch button is. Let's make a guess. It's going to fit in here, I think, pretty much all the way. There'll be an, we'll say it's centered. So we've got a measurement here of 25. Let's put a gap of 4 on one side and 4 on the other, such that we have this nice wide, ergonomically designed torch button. Should we call it a switch? These lines will go all the way across, hit the 45-degree line and switch direction down and down, and so we have the switch of the torch in all 3 views. Hey presto! Now, we got to produce this very accurate shape on this view. So let's do that now. R4 means this is a rounded corner with a 4 millimeter radius. So let's set our compass, put the pointy end on a number and then count 4 for the pencil end. We go 4 up from the corner, 4 across from the corner. We find our radius point and draw our rounded corner around there. Now I measured this 11, not realizing that this measurement here is also 15. So I'll measure this 15 across, go all the way up, and now I shall be able to draw. So I've just measured from here 15 across. We have our 11 mark and 15 mark that goes all the way up, and this shape is like this. Half of 40 is 20, so that's the centre there. And there we go. That is our third angle orthographic projection of our torch.